Hi, everybody. It's Jeff Klein here again. I wanted to introduce everybody to Dominique Matson, and I'll let Dominique tell you about her businesses. She is a recent attendee at one of my business networking bootcamps.
Hello, I am Dominique, and I am very pleased to know Jeff and learn so much from him, although I'm still learning how to put it into practice. I own Wild Rose Events. I do wedding and event planning and decor. My specialty is floral design. It has been for about 25 years now, and I'm trying to learn how to promote my business a little better and represent myself a little better, which is why I am so excited to be working with Jeff.
Tell us one or two things that you learned in the boot camps you've been using and how that's going.
Well, the number one thing that I learned is basically I'm doing everything wrong. You know how we all get these habits that seem to be the right thing, the right way to do things, and once they become habits, they're so hard to get out of. And I'm trying to work on the things that Jeff explained to me. They make perfect sense to me. I understand why there is so much better way to do it than what I've done, but overcoming those habits is the challenging part. I need a lot more practice. For instance, when somebody asked me what I do, Jeff's point was to make more of a conversation starter, something that would draw the person in more rather than something where it's like saying, "Hi, how are you?" and the other person says, "I'm fine, how about you?" You don't even think about what you're saying, you just say it. And that is kind of the way it is when somebody asks me about my business. I say, you know, what I'm used to saying, and they hear it about as well as they hear, "I'm fine, how are you?" And so making that kind of change in order to get people engaged is, I think, one of the most important points that Jeff made and that I'm really working on trying to get better at.
Good job. That's the right way to think about it. Would you recommend the boot camp to other people?
Yes, I would definitely recommend the boot camp. And I think people need to understand when they're going into it that boot camp alone is not a fix, because you've got to be willing to put a lot of effort into making those kinds of changes. But the boot camp is the perfect first step because it really helps you to see what areas you need to look at and work on to improve, and then you need to get a plan going forward to implement those strategies and then come back again, I think, because there was so much information given that you can't catch it all at one time, and you catch what you can, you work on what you can, and then I think you need to get back into it and say, okay, I've got this working. Jeff, what's the next step? What's the next thing I can work on?
So I need to start offering an intermediate version, huh?
Yes. Yes. Keep the boot camp a little more baby steps and then have the intermediate once, because I think once you get some of those basic things like I was talking about with just how to introduce your business going, then I think you'll have a certain comfort level, and then you can really dive into some of the deeper, meatier things that you spoke about that are a little overwhelming when you're still trying to figure out how to introduce yourself.
Okay. Thank you for that. That's good feedback. Tell everybody your website.
My website is www.wildroseevents.com.
So if you want your event in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to look beautiful, wildroseevents.com is the place to go.
Yes, it is.
Thanks, Dominique, very much.
Thank you, Jeff.